Năm 1976, một cột mốc quan trọng đánh dấu bước chuyển mình mới cho giáo dục Việt Nam, một trường đại học khối ngành kinh tế quản lý đầu tiên ra đời. Trực thuộc Bộ Đại học và Trung học chuyên nghiệp, trở thành một trong các trường đại học hàng đầu cả nước trong đào tạo về nghiên cứu về khoa học kinh tế và quản trị kinh doanh. Đó chính là Trường Đại học Kinh tế Thành phố Hồ Chí Minh, UEH. Trong điều kiện đất nước sau chiến tranh, UEH khởi đầu với rất nhiều khó khăn và thách thức. Tập thể UEH đã đoàn kết, nỗ lực, không ngại thử thách, nhanh chóng đưa hoạt động của trường dần đi vào ổn định. Bên cạnh đổi mới nội dung và phương thức đào tạo, nhà trường đã chủ động hội nhập quốc tế, gửi giảng viên đi thực tập, nghiên cứu sinh và ký kết hợp tác với các trường đại học có uy tín trên thế giới, được Thủ tướng Chính phủ tín nhiệm trao quyền tự chủ đại học cho mọi hoạt động. Bằng sự nỗ lực không ngừng, UEH đã có được những thành tích đáng tự hào. Top 1000 trường đại học kinh doanh tốt nhất thế giới theo bảng xếp hạng Eduniversal, top 551 trường đại học tốt nhất châu Á và là trường đại học khối ngành kinh tế đầu tiên và duy nhất Việt Nam vào bảng xếp hạng QS châu Á 2021, top 25 trường đại học hàng đầu thế giới lĩnh vực chuyển giao tri thức, tiêu chuẩn đóng góp cho sự phát triển nghề nghiệp suốt đời theo Humanity, top 5 trường đại học công bố quốc tế uy tín nhiều nhất Việt Nam, top 1 trường đại học Việt Nam lĩnh vực kinh tế kinh doanh. Năm 2021, UEH vinh dự được Chủ tịch nước trao tặng huân chương độc lập hạng nhất nhân kỷ niệm 45 năm thành lập trường, bổ sung vào bảng vàng thành tích của trường trong 45 năm qua.
Chúng tôi đóng góp cho sự lan tỏa tri thức, văn minh và các giá trị giáo dục toàn diện đến xã hội thông qua các hoạt động đào tạo, nghiên cứu và phục vụ cộng đồng.
Phát triển đa ngành, đa lĩnh vực về kinh tế, luật, quản lý, kinh doanh, tài chính ngân hàng, ngoại ngữ, công nghệ, thiết kế, quy hoạch và phát triển giao thông, môi trường, xã hội và đô thị, hướng tới phát triển bền vững. Đồng thời đẩy mạnh đào tạo, nghiên cứu quốc tế và phát triển mở rộng ở địa phương thông qua việc phát triển UEH phân hiệu Vĩnh Long. Trên cơ sở các khoa viện cùng vùng đất, tạo lập vị thế cho 3 trường thành viên được thành lập thuộc UEH: trường kinh doanh, trường kinh tế luật và quản lý nhà nước, trường công nghệ và thiết kế. Tiên phong đổi mới sáng tạo, bắt kịp với những thay đổi của thời đại trong đào tạo nghiên cứu khoa học và quản trị đại học. bằng truyền thống đáng tự hào và những bước đi tiên phong về ứng dụng công nghệ thông minh, cơ sở hạ tầng xanh, thành phố thông minh trong đào tạo và quản lý nhà trường, hướng tới phát triển bền vững, dẫn đầu trong việc cung cấp nguồn nhân lực trình độ đại học và sau đại học chất lượng cao, đáp ứng thị trường lao động trong nước và quốc tế, tăng cường quốc tế hóa và hội nhập cộng đồng đại học trên thế giới, chuyển giao tri thức cho các hoạt động phát triển trong nước, khu vực toàn cầu và tư duy toàn cầu, hành động địa phương tạo nên một cộng đồng bền vững. Bằng sức mạnh của đội ngũ, khởi nguồn từ truyền thống văn hóa và các giá trị tinh thần cốt lõi của UEH và thừa hưởng những công lao đóng góp của thế hệ tiền bối, đương đầu với những thách thức trong đào tạo, nghiên cứu, hội nhập quốc tế, UEH vươn lên với bản lĩnh dám thay đổi và định hình tương lai bằng sự đổi mới trong chính tầm nhìn và sứ mạng. Lấy thị trường đào tạo, người học làm trung tâm cho việc xây dựng chiến lược và thực thi chiến lược phát triển UEH. Chúng tôi cùng nhau xây dựng và góp sức vì một đại học UEH chuẩn mực về hội nhập, đáp ứng nhu cầu xã hội về đào tạo nghiên cứu, vì tương lai đại học đa ngành bền vững có danh tiếng học thuật trong khu vực châu Á và thế giới. UEH hướng đến đại học bền vững, kết nối những con người trí tuệ và có tư duy sáng tạo trên toàn cầu, cùng phát triển các tri thức mới của nhân loại và chuyển giao cho các thế hệ sau bằng việc giải quyết các vấn đề của xã hội, hướng đến tương lai bền vững bằng một sứ mạng kết nối cộng đồng và lan tỏa tri thức. Đại học UEH đa ngành và bền vững.
University, and today I feel very happy to moderate this special section. So joining with us today in this section, please welcome Professor Sử Đình Thành, President of the US University. Professor Dosoung Philip Choi, President of the Handong Global University, South Korea. And Dr. Jong Heon Kim, President of the Kwangwoon University, South Korea. Professor Sử Đình Thành, the President of the University of Economics, Ho Chi Minh City. He has more than 30 years of the experience at the University of Economics, Ho Chi Minh City, and currently acts at the university as president. Prior to his appointment as the president, Professor Thành was the editor-in-chief of the US journal Asian Business and Economic Study, and held various roles, including US lecturer, program director, Dean School of Public Finance at US. He was granted the title Associate Professor in 2005 and Professor in 2015. We also have the Dr. Dosoung Philip Choi, the president of the Handong Global University, South Korea. Dr. Choi has more than 40 years experience working both in academic and industry, and is currently the president of the Handong Global University. Throughout his career, Dr. Choi received the countless accolades of his significant contribution as a private sector contributor, as well as a highly respected academician. His research focused on the business and administration, and completed his PhD of the same discipline at the Pennsylvania State University. We also have the Dr. Jong Heon Kim, president of the Kwangwoon University, South Korea. Dr. Kim nearly had 30 years of experience working both in academic and industry, and is currently the 11th president of the Kwangwoon University. Dr. Kim leads the university to consistently pursue a new program that focuses on the education and research on the conversion in every field to foster the talents for the new era. Dr. Kim earned his doctorate degree from the Graduate School of Electronic Engineering from TU Dortmund University in Germany. So, please put your hands together for our keynote speaker, and may we have a successful from the conversation today. To get us started, I would like to invite Professor Sử Đình Thành, President of the U.S. University, to the stage to present how U.S. University works to transform itself into multidisciplinary and sustainable university of the new age. So, please welcome Professor Thành.
Good afternoon. Yes, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to present our topic with the model UMSS of US. How to approach. Especially, I'm happy to discuss with us in this haunt about this model. Especially, I see it's a news model, but it's there are some issues. Discuss. Yes, how to do. Yes. Before I present the model, yes, I would like to talk briefly, yes, about our university. Yes. The University of Economics, Hồ Chí Minh City. US was established since 1976. That means US has a long story with 46 years. Now US is the key national university in Vietnam, in the south of Vietnam. Especially in the 1940, US is the first university of Vietnam. The Vietnamese government allows the US to have full autonomy, include finance and institutes and etc. Based on the autonomy mechanism, US developed more and more. Especially, developed curriculum, developed research, and developed infrastructure. Can you see, this big campus, now in the haunt, very modern, based on the autonomy. Autonomy that help us to develop more. On the ways of the development, US in 2021, US is restructuring to become the multidisciplinary and sustainable university. Now US has 3 member colleges: College of Business, College of Economic, Law, Governance, College of the Technology and Design. Besides that, US has a School of the Political Economy in the Social Science, School of the Languages, International School of Business, etc. US now become the multidisciplinary university. Besides that, US try to become the sustainable university. So today I would like to talk about story. US will develop, become the sustainable university. Thank you. I talk about the model UNSS for a sustainable future. Regarding this model, US would like to create a culture of sustainable for young generation of the learner, staff, etc. Especially, we would like to shape their vision, toward a national, sustainable world. What does Can you help me? Yes. What does the UMSS means? Yes. The model, indicate that US would like to, US would like to actively participate in sustainable development by integrating the development of school affairs into university social responsibility and sustainable development goals and fulfilling social responsibility of the university. The model is implemented with the 3 levels as follows. First, the university campus level, would like to internal the community. US focus, pay attention to develop green university, green campuses. We have a lot of campuses, but on this campus become to green campuses. We developed a transformative education and developed, applied academic research for sustainable development. That's the first level. Second level, the local level. We would like to enhance, partnership, collaboration with the government, local government, the central government, enterprises, and NGOs, etc., in education and research, and some other activity. 3 level, that's global level. We would like to raise global citizens, to breed young talents, and to produce solutions for global challenge. That's 3 level in the model. We do this model with with a key principle. First, system transformation with 5 US pillars that are governance, education, research, community, and operation. That define the key pillars of the model, UMSS of UH. To do this model, we applied the circle of plan, do, track, act. That means BDCA cycle to manage, to maintain, and to enhance overall the university governance and education equality. We do the model with the ethic and strongly commitment. That's key, principle to do the model, our model. I move on to, among the key pillars of the model. Regard to government. U.S. consider government as motivated engines of system transformation, such as governance ensure the commitment to the practice sustainability policies and initiates from the university decision maker. Governance very important. The commitment comes from the approach, method, solution, and operating mechanism of the whole system, encouraging on USOs to act on the sustainable. That is the role of the governance in the model. About education and training. Education and training is important mission of the UH, of the university. We focus on some main activity as follows. We developed multidisciplinary and sustainable academic and study program. Now we developed a new study program, especially multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary, interdisciplinary, to link, three member colleges together to develop a new curriculum. During the process, developed a new curriculum. We incorporate professional skills training of the sustainability into the curriculum. We install input professional skills in the curriculum. To develop, to train, to help the student to have a professional skills. Besides that, we pay attention to create transformative education, to raise the global citizen. That's about education and training. It's the main idea. About the research. That is the important mission of the UEH. We try to following the issues. First, we promote lecturer and researcher to do their research related to the SDGs Yes. As you know, so yes, in the we up to now, yes, on the research, on the publication of US, on the related to the SDG. We support the full range of the research methods needed to reach the SDG, including interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary research. Besides the mainstream research, yes, we promote lecturer researcher to do research, their research related to the SDG. And we always, yes, we produce some policy, persuade, stimulate, yes, lecturer to do research in line with the SDG. Besides that, we always support and incubate innovation that lead to solution for sustainable, yes, development. Especially we have, yes, innovation and incubation introduced to do that. We believe that we have to get to SDG done at the national, local, and the global levels. Yes. That's about our research related to the model. About the community. Regarding the community, yes, in US, we get the people involved in sustainable activity, including students, faculty, admin staff, local business, and the government and the society. That means the internal and external community. Yes, we buy together, we work together. Yeah. Related to the, yes, sustainable development. We try to, yes, buy together, to work together related to this SDG. In yes, US academic value, yes, pursue until the inspired by SDGs. That's all. Fight and the last regarding to the operation. In US, we consider US campus as the most city. Yes, we when you visit this campus, you can think about that idea. Yeah. For example, facility, etc. Yes. The same as like, yes, the small city. Some other campus of the US, the same as. In US, sustainable action begin and persist within the university campus. Onway, yes. That is a main activity on the US to do that, to think about that. Such as sustainable practice, right, as our campuses, including zero waste, carbon emission reduction, tobacco-free university, biodiversity balance, yes, together. For example, you can see it in this hall. Yes. People, yes, always people practice, yes, zero waste in this hall. Right. The last, I would like to talk about the US for open science and knowledge. When we do and implement this model, we hope that as a result, US become the hub for open science and knowledge. People to come here to work, to learn together. People enjoy, yes, US knowledge. Research values is original to develop US. Yes, we would like to, yes, to share with people, with us. Don't distinguish. Respect people to come here to work, to learn, to study. Especially, yes, I appreciate the former Prime Minister talk about the shared growth. We should go together, share the resources, share the knowledge, share, yes, experience. That is one way to reach sustainable development. In US, we focus on three issues, main issues. First, talent cultivation. Talent cultivation at US start both internally and externally. We try to recruit the best and Britain, young and experienced talent. Through this, we then produce a quality workforce that arrive to work, yes, collective, sustainable goal. We rate, yes, young talent, respect them, yes, to raise young talent, global citizen, yes, to change the world, yes, my friends, and Handong Global University talk about, yes, money. Second, open source. We, yes, in US, we invest more, yes, money and infrastructure, yes, to improve the open library, yes, and material, learning material, etc. Yes, help people to have a long life study, long life learning in the future. Especially, yes, when we restructure, yes, to become the multidisciplinary university, curriculum of US, help, yes, students, yes, to have an idea, attitude, yes, long life learning. The last, knowledge transformation. We always are ready to transform knowledge, to share knowledge with, yes, people. Vietnam, region, and the world. Yes. Thank you very much. Listen, yes, my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Professor Thành. for your sharing, very inspired for the US model for sustainable mobilities. And now we are not talking about the sustainable development anymore. We also want to call everybody to act on sustainable mobilities. So thank you very much. And now the next one, I would like to invite Dr. Dosoung Philip Choi, the president of the Handong Global University, to share with us how Handong Global University implemented and integrated sustainabilities in all of the work and operation. Thank you.
Thank you, President Sử Đình Thành, and thank you, Prime Minister Jong. Both of them created the foundation for my speech today, so I'm very grateful to the two previous speakers. On the way, I looked at the event book that you have, and there I see many terms. For example, transformation for sustainability. I just forgot to bring my thing. The sustainability and transformation and holistic education, and some of these terms I am very familiar with, and they are in fact the values that I, as president of Handong University, try to achieve. And I feel that I am at Handong University, when I was listening to President Sử Đình Thành speech, they were about the same as the values that I am trying to achieve at Handong University. It is my honor to speak in this conference on the sustainability of higher education. This topic is of particular interest to many of us who face the challenges of educating college students in this turbulent time of modern history. The students are inundated with data, information, and knowledge that are readily available in the internet cyberspace. Still, they are facing fierce competition against artificial intelligence even before they graduate from colleges. The cost of higher education is rising so fast that the students and their parents question whether it is worth the cost to spend on higher education. This is particularly troublesome as the disconnect between higher education and employability is growing. Employers are relying less on college education, and many are exploring alternate educational pathways to employment. Having said that, let me begin with the graph of the world GDP over the past 2 millennia, 2,000 years. The growth of income is phenomenal in the past century, and the most striking growth has taken place since the internet became commercially available in the 1990s. The economic growth trend is a carbon copy of the trend of knowledge accumulation. Dr. Frank Rhodes, educational scholar, he once said, "A nation's present well-being and future destiny are no longer constrained only by its givens, its geography, its population, its natural resources. knowledge has become the prime mover. Unlike other assets, whose utilization and investment are constrained by the law of diminishing returns, knowledge is autocatalytic, enlarging in the hands of its users, expanding in the range of its usefulness even as it is applied, growing in scope even as it is shared, increasing in refinement even as it is questioned, challenged, and contested. Higher educational institutions, such as universities and colleges, are the ones that are continuously creating, disseminating, and reproducing knowledge. It is this role of higher education that is so critical in the growth and development of any nation in the world. This role, however, is changing as the world is experiencing extremely fast technological advancement, which can be characterized. Oops. I'm sorry. Over there?
This we did. This for all. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. This role, however, is changing as the world is experiencing extremely high technological advancement, which can be characterized by such keywords as hyperspeed, hyperconnectivity, and hyperuncertainty. Massive amount of data is poured into artificial intelligence in real time. People and the things are all connected such that their interactions create more data, which are fed into AI machines. Deep learning and machine learning process the data into information and technology. The amount of knowledge in certain areas of ICT, the information and communication technology, is said to double every 12 hours. This explains the exponential growth of knowledge and the economy. At the same time, the speed of decay is also very fast. The half-life of knowledge is shrinking, such that much of the knowledge a student learns as a freshman will become obsolete in 4 years' time when they are graduating. The brisk speed of knowledge production causes this trend. As a society, we are beginning to face the consequence of growing gap between technology growth, which happens to be steep and exponential, and educational advancement, which tends to be linear, flat, and lagging. The result is income inequality, wealth inequality, and social inequality. Presently, the knowledge divide between the haves and the have-nots becomes more and more pronounced in many countries. Not only in Korea, not only in Vietnam, all over the world. Poor nations, the same divide also exists among nations. Poor nations will stay poor, and rich nations will become richer, such that the inequality continues to grow among nations. Moreover, the university's comparative advantage in knowledge creation, that is research and development, is disappearing. The flow of technology and scientific knowledge that used to be from universities to industries is now from industries to universities. Scientists and engineers in tech companies are better equipped with advanced technologies than the university professors. Universities are forced to interact with the industry practitioners when educating and training their students. Now, universities are at a crossroad. Someone made a joke about higher education. Today's university is where 20th century professors are teaching the 21st century students in a 19th century classroom. Of course, it is a joke. It is an exaggeration. But there is a clear message. The message is status quo is not an answer, is not acceptable. It is clearly not acceptable for the sake of sustainability of higher education in this era of high tech. According to the World Economic Forum, there are 4 definite trends that will shape the future of higher education. Number 1, learning is from everywhere. Classroom is not the only place for learning to take place. Number 2, replacing lectures with active learning. Lectures are an efficient way of teaching, but very ineffective way of learning. Number 3, emphasis on teaching skills that remain relevant in a changing world. And 4, using formative assessment instead of high-stake exams. I think higher education reform will take place in 3 different dimensions. University curriculum, educational pedagogy, and educational objects, that is student base. Let me briefly mention what I mean by these dimensions. Number 1, as the knowledge life cycle shrinks fast, and the internet has more knowledge than any human scholar does, it is obvious that college professors need to maintain their comparative advantage over computers in teaching. For example, we should teach our students what to see. Machines cannot do this. Most college students tend to have myopic and/or very narrow view. They may be concerned about careers and jobs, especially immediate ones. They may be interested in present problems of their own communities. But very few would like to see what is happening around the world. Millions of people are dying of hunger. Diseases, wars, and international conflicts, natural disasters. Shouldn't they see many young people in certain parts of the world do not even have access to decent education? Shouldn't they see the consequences of climate change? Yes, they need to see these things because they are their problems, their own global sustainability problems. Universities need to put resources to teach their students to see the problems of the world, both present and future. The next thing to teach is how to think. The students need to be trained to think about how to solve the problems they see. This is much more important than to learn few pieces of knowledge which may become obsolete in the next few years. Creative thinking, critical thinking, logical and/or analytical thinking are to be trained. Prime Minister Jong as well as President Sử Đình Thành both mentioned creative thinking and critical thinking. A new kind of university called Minerva University, for example, teaches its students how to do creative and critical thinking, how to integrate domain knowledge to solve practical problems through critical and creative thinking. The teaching philosophy appears to be far more superior to the philosophy of conventional higher education. Once the students solve a problem through creative and critical thinking, they need to communicate their results and conclusions by writing, presenting, debating, and discussions. Learning means very little if the communication is not effective. Machines can write well, but are not yet able to write a creative report. Only a creative human mind can write a creative report, and this is why universities should teach how to communicate. With regard to the curriculum dimension, I strongly believe that the trend should be more efforts to create knowledge by transcending academic disciplines. Universities are too used to fractionized academic disciplines, and they are still fragmenting already fractionized disciplines. It is time to integrate academic disciplines. That is, we need more interdisciplinary and or transdisciplinary approach to do research, to teach, and to learn. Real life problems are already interdisciplinary or transdisciplinary. They cannot be solved by an individual discipline alone. We have to keep philosophy, economics, psychology, and engineering together. Of course, it will take a great deal of efforts by professors who tend to prefer status quo with which they are very comfortable. One way to motivate the professors to encourage this, one way to motivate the professors is to encourage the students to create and or design a new interdisciplinary major by putting together courses offered by many different departments and schools. At Handong Global University, we are currently in the process of upgrading our curriculum where the students do double majors and they can create their own second major by combining a few transdisciplinary modules of 4 courses each. The second dimension of education reform is educational pedagogy. As I indicated earlier, no scholar is better knowledgeable than Google or artificial intelligence machine. It is time to flip a classroom. I'm talking about flipped learning. Let students read materials, watch the lecture prepared by the professor or renowned global lecturer, and practice problems and questions before coming to class. During the class time, the professor becomes a facilitator of discussions, solve problems or conduct experiments together with the students. In short, get rid of lectures from classrooms. Teaching needs to be replaced by active learning. Lately, many universities are employing this pedagogy to improve learning effectiveness. This pedagogy is effective because it requires high-touch efforts of professors. Using Bloom's taxonomy of education, learning starts with remembering and understanding concepts. This is best done with the help of computer, internet, or AI, that is high-tech. Learning will become effective when students attempt to apply, analyze, evaluate, and create. This can be obtained through active learning in class, that is high touch. Many examples of high touch, high tech, HT education can be found in problem solving, problem-based learning, project-based learning, flipped learning, adaptive learning, and or peer tutoring. The third dimension of education reform is to expand the base of students. By this I mean spatial and generational expansion of student base. The former is about access and inclusion. The latter is about lifelong learning. Regarding access and inclusion, there are a huge number of students who have little or no access to education, not alone higher education, especially in poor developing countries. There are also a large number of young adults who are unable to receive higher education for socioeconomic, cultural, and/or institutional reasons. Here comes the help of high tech. Technological hurdle is becoming lower as ICT revolution continues, which will enable higher education across socioeconomic classes. Universities have long been trying to expand the student base by developing and offering continuing education and lifelong learning opportunities. This is because education does not end with graduation in the 21st century, and the students will continue to accumulate knowledge after graduation. Thus, universities may want to provide up-to-date knowledge to its alumni. There are other efforts to enhance the quality of education by creating a shared platform for educational content among colleges. I think President Sử Đình Thành mentioned this, and also Prime Minister mentioned. Students can ubiquitously participate by connecting to an educational platform which provide course materials, including video lectures. One last comment on the global reach of education is in order. Peace and prosperity of the 21st century depend on increasing the capacity of people to think and work on global and intercultural basis. As technology opens borders, higher education and intellectual and/or professional exchanges open minds. International student exchanges provide opportunities to gain understanding of different cultures of the world. Advanced information technology may allow universities and colleges to reach the students who live overseas, thus cannot come to class for face-to-face education. Higher educational institutions in advanced countries can assist universities and colleges in developing countries with capacity building programs. Handong Global University has been actively assisting higher educational institutions to build educational capacity by working together with universities and colleges in developing countries through University Training Program, UniTwin of UNESCO. Now it is time, by summarizing my talk, higher education needs to bring the educational focus from faculty and staff to students. That is, student first, rather than faculty and staff first. As I indicated earlier, it is time to fuse intellectual disciplines creatively and to help the students to engage globally. Universities are not operating in a vacuum. Rather, it needs to work with the community and society through cooperation and collaboration, as President Sử Đình Thành mentioned in his talk. We have a tough task ahead. This reform is not an easy one, but we have to do it. There is no time to waste. Let's do something. Otherwise, higher education as we know it will not survive. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Dosoung Philip Choi, the president of the Handong Global University, with a very, very thoughtful and inspired university model with that we more concentrate with the education with our young generation that we also can use and apply to our university. And the next, and also in the final one, I would like to invite Dr. Jong Heon Kim, the president of the Kwangwoon University, to develop the finding from the Kwangwoon University realistic case study on how university approach the sustainability. Yeah.
This one? Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. The title of my talk is Campus Sustainability of Kwangwoon University, Practice and Strategies. I would sincerely thank you all for this opportunity to introduce Kwangwoon University's Campus Sustainability, Practice and Future Strategies. As we all aware, the global warming and climate change are real and imminent threats to humans that must be resolved at any cost. A university is always the frontier of new thinking and the key to the human progress throughout the history, and they are now expected to take drastic actions to mitigate the environmental crisis. In that context, campus sustainability emerges to be a critical concept that incorporated environmental protection into the higher education programs. Many universities worldwide show their strong commitment to campus sustainability, and as far as I know, the University of Economic Ho Chi Minh City, UEH, has demonstrated very impressive efforts of campus sustainability centering around the initiative promoting zero waste practices. Kwangwoon University, KWU, also is not an exception to this global trend. As the president of Kwangwoon University, I am proud of what KWU has achieved so far in the implementation of campus sustainability. Before moving to the introduction of the actual implementing of KW campus sustainability, I'd like to share with you some basic information and concern on campus sustainability. I believe we all agree that campus sustainability is defined as greening. Campus sustainability means building a green campus that integrates environmental sciences into the policy, management, and scholastic activities of a university. Since the 2012 United Nations Conference on Sustainable Development, campus sustainability has been effectively incorporated in college education and learning process. We all agree that campus sustainability, it must be emphasized that while many universities show their strong commitment to campus sustainability, their implementation levels, standards, and the strategy tends to be different sustainability according to their respective conditions. Some universities focus more on energy savings, while others do on waste minimization. No matter on what areas they focused more, it is important to know that universities effectively translate the inclusive concept of sustainable development into more tangible outcomes of actual environmental protection by taking actions on campus sustainability. Let me introduce KW's efforts to implement campus sustainability. First of all, we use renewable energy at the 80th year anniversary building constructed in 2017. Solar energy and geothermal power is utilized up to 15% of entire energy supply for heating and air conditioning of the building. Such energy mix results in the reduction of around 15% of fossil fuel consumption. Second, for efficient energy consumption and energy saving, all light bulbs of the entire building and the campus facility, including classrooms, auditoriums, parking lots, storage, and equipment rooms have been completely replaced with LED lamps that use less electricity. With this replacement, KW consumes less electricity, thereby save up to 40% of annual electric charges. In addition, longer LED lamp life contributes to reduce waste batteries and maintenance fee significantly. Besides 8 LED light bulbs, due to campus-wide energy-saving effort, the amount of annual electricity consumption of the university continually decreases. While the campus is now fully back to normal with students and the various activities as it was before the outbreak of COVID-19 early 2020, the electricity consumption decreased from 9.8 million kilowatts in 2020 to 9.4 million kilowatts this year. In addition to central heating and air conditioning system, behavior changes of students, faculty, and staffs are the main factor to decrease power consumptions of the campus. Third, KW installed 14 electric vehicle charging stations in underground parking lot. Easy access to EV charging station encourages the university members to purchase eco-friendly vehicles instead of conventional fossil fuel-based internal combustion engines. I plan to install more EV charging stations around the outdoor parking spaces of the campus. Fourth, the KW has extensive separate garbage collections and recycling system. There are 2 or 3 recycle bins on every floor, all campus buildings that sort out garbages into different categories of recyclable papers, plastics, cans, and bottles. Separated collections are delivered and treated as specialized local recycling companies. If the drink water fountains installed on each floor of the old buildings that have been turned off during the COVID pandemic would be re-available, the consumption of a plastic water bottle will be significantly dropped. The fifth, the KW achieves quite a significant level of sustainable campus through the realization of a paperless office by extensive application of IT technologies. Paper is every office's main medium of supplies. Thus, the reduction of paper use is a pro-environmental practice. In 2015, the university adopted the electronic document approval system that reduced printed version of documents significantly. KW advocates ICT-centered university, thereby ICT implementation in the university administration and the learning management system, LMS, must be underlined in the establishment of paperless office. Environmentally friendly learning medium, including e-learning tools and electronic books, also contribute to realization of paperless campus. While the KW has implemented several effective projects for greening campus, it is necessary for all projects to be planned and implemented systematically based on the mid to long-term strategies for campus sustainability. For this, I will establish the KW Campus Sustainability Committee directly under the President. The committee would set up the mid to long-term plans and strategies for KW campus sustainability and also develop the action plans for behavioral changes of university members. As the leader of the university, I would take a holistic approach for transforming KWU into the low, eventually zero carbon emission campus through the development of management, education, research, community cooperation networks with taking sustainability as the core value. After reviewing multiple cases adopted different universities and institutions, KWU now established 4 categories of practical implementation strategies for campus sustainability as follows. First, sustainability resource use. Second, governance. Third, active participation of university members. Fourth, the local community engagement. As this figure shows, each category of implementation strategies for campus sustainability comprises several subcategories that include detailed projects for actions. The first category of sustainable resource use includes all necessary efforts for energy saving and efficient resource use. Taking 2020 as the base year, the KWU plans to reduce its energy and resource use up to 5% per year. The development of effectively policy tools to encourage participations of faculty, staffs, and students is critical in the successful implementation of campus sustainability. Environmental courses and the research projects must be further developed and expanded. University is not island. It is surrounded by local communities. Thus, campus sustainability would be better achieved if university works together with the local communities. As a higher education institution, KWU now develops environmental training courses and programs for local residents and tries to build extensive working networks with local communities. Good governance is the key to initiate and motivate sustainable campus projects and also to provide policy instruments for effective implementation of sustainable campus. Newly establishing campus sustainability committee would set up clear goal and action plans for KW campus sustainability and would also do monitoring to evaluate effective implementation of various projects for campus sustainability. As the above action and the strategies demonstrate, the implementation of campus sustainability is truly a challenging task to all universities, as its conceptual framework highlights the active participation of all stakeholders. Energy and the resource saving requires the changes of personal behaviors and lifestyle into more responsible and ethical practices. Another important dimension is the process by which structural changes are accommodated through the institutionalization of campus sustainability. Sorry. So I'd like to close my talk. Strong commitment for campus sustainability is now unavoidable missions and obligations of all university leaders. And it materializing campus sustainability, the important thing is to think which strategy and action plans make most sense in each unique university. As we all admit, most universities have limited resources for the effective implementation of campus sustainability in terms of budgets, human resources, and research capacities. Thus, extensive collaboration and information exchange upon several projects between universities would be the best way to mitigate the difficulties of different institutions. UEH and KWU would be good partners to work together for the achievement of the common goals of campus sustainability. I would like to thank you all to listening my talk. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, the President Jong Heon Kim, for the sharing, very valuable sharing on the lesson learned. That I think that from the different university, our president also sharing some like quite. We see like it's a different model, but it's not. It's really find a lot of the common thing that we work and we also can act together. So thank you so much for your insights sharing. And actually, we still have the in our proposal we will have the question. Open question, but we ran out of the time already, and we also had the second section. We late for 30 minutes already, so I have to say so sorry. We have to open, we have to close the open question section, and thank you so much for sharing, and all of the questions you also can send us, and we will ask all of our president and of course spread out for you again. So thank you so much everybody to join this special section. Thank you. We will resume our next section here in the B130 with the Professor Barbara Bica from the Polytechnic University of Milan, Department of Architecture and Urban